creators will take to this stage for the first time, competing across 5 of Roblox's most iconic and competitive titles. They'll have one aim: to become a champion, to prove that they can be the best, and to secure not only their place in Roblox's history books, but to secure this crown. This is the Roblox Creator Showdown. Hello, my name's Mimi. I'll be your host throughout today, and I'm so happy to be joined alongside Bundun to bring you through this one. How excited are you for this event?
I am so excited, Mimi. I mean, this is the first time Roblox done anything like this. And I mean, it's going to be interesting. We have 8 YouTubers. This time they're not clip farming. They have to actually be competitive. So I'm excited to see, are they actually good at Roblox? It's
a really big question. The competition, it's going to be fierce. Let's talk about the format and where we expect to go throughout this competition. Here it is. 4 teams of 2 creators each will be competing for that crown. Teams, they earn points across all 5 of our different games. After each games, you viewers have an opportunity to vote for the best play. That'll grant the winner 1 additional point. Game 5, that's a wild card round where viewers get to choose the game and all points are doubled. The highest total points at the end of today will claim the crown. But there's more than that, Bundun. They are playing for a lot of money.
Yes, they are playing for $50,000. 4th place getting $5,000, 3rd place getting $7,500, 2nd place getting $12.5K, and 1st place getting a whopping $25,000.
It really is big stakes today, but it's not just that as well. We have so much on the cards, and one is a way where our viewers can get involved and watch along from Roblox at home.
Yes, exactly. You guys can watch if you go to Roblox, go to the top of the page, go to the block. Not only do the contestants here can win some money, you guys can get some items too. Should we explain how they can
run us through
items? So I believe there's 3 items. You can predict on the winners within each round, and if you guess correctly, you will get a point.
It is very cool. Yeah, you have a huge opportunity to take home some of those items, but also just to build fandom. You can predict your favorite team, root for them virtually, and get to kind of meet and hang out with people throughout this entire event. I know there's already a lot of people in there, so shout out to you guys watching in the block.
Yeah, if you guys are in the block right now, why don't you all jump together and just get the whole server just jumping up and down?
Yeah, it is super sick to see this and see that kind of integration for another opportunity for the fans to come in.
Yeah, this is, again, so different. I'm so excited to see, what's going to play out.
Yeah, it is super, super cool there. But we have a lot of amazing creators playing today. As we've mentioned already, there is 8 different players up for this competition. They've been split into teams of 2 and some really big names in there.
Yeah, we've got some of the biggest YouTubers. Some people who haven't really played, when you watch their YouTube, some are doing role play. They're not doing competitive games. Others play a lot of Roblox rivals, a lot of shooters. So we'll see.
Well, let's get it started and meet our teams. The first one heading to the stage, it's your orange team. And here they are, the orange team. It's Katrina and Steak. Welcome to the stage, guys. Katrina, how are you feeling? I know you've been practicing for this event. Are you excited?
That's what I'm excited about, yeah.
What about you, Steak? Big streamer, man. What are you excited for?
Well, I'm excited to win because I'm the only one here who's been playing Roblox for over a decade.
Okay, is there a certain thing in chat you want them to spam right now in the block and on the stream?
Egg.
Well, there you go.
It's some egg spam in there then. He has been very confident when we've talked to him. He's been saying that we won already. Do you want to take a picture with the winner, this and that? Are you matching that energy, or are you toning it down a little?
No, yeah, 100%. We're going to win. We're going to win.
I love the confidence. That's your orange team. You guys can go take your computers and get set up to play today. Go ahead and go take your seats. But that is an exciting one. Orange team, of course. They won't be the only ones playing today. Let's meet our second team and welcome green team to the stage.
something. A developer messaged you before the event. What was that about?
Got a message from my good buddy Nazni, creator of Rivals, and he told me to lock in, so this one's for you, bro. I know you're watching.
Trying to win it for him. I want to ask you, Cake Mix, when we were watching you rehearse, you brought such an energy. People know you for Dress to Impress, but I feel like you have a hidden competitiveness in you. Is that going to come out today?
Well, not many people know that Dress to Impress is also incredibly competitive, so I bring it everywhere I go.
How's the team synergy been with you and NU? Do you guys feel ready together?
I don't think I could have had a better teammate. I think we're going to win.
Love that positivity. You guys can go take your seats and get ready to play. Good luck to those two. I mean, very cool to see that pairing coming through. But we have another team to welcome to the stage. Let's bring out your red team. Kalis and Fulton representing the red team. Welcome, guys. I know that you've been known of late for stealing a brain rot or two. I want to ask, are the brains fully intact and unrotted for today?
Oh yeah, we are so ready to get this W.
What about yourself, Fulton? I know you're doing a bit of still a brain rot, but you have a bit of a history. Bed Wars, Rivals. Are you excited about today?
Yes, sir. You know, I'm a man with multiple talents. Everyone knows we're going to win this. We got this.
Very confident.
Yeah, we can see the synergy already from you guys. You spend a lot of time together, have played a lot together. Is that going to help you win today?
Duh.
Couldn't get a better answer than that. Well, guys, I look forward to seeing the synergy in action. Go ahead and get set up for this competition. Thanks so much to our red team. But we have one more team to meet. Let's go ahead and bring them out. This is Yellow Team. Nico Vlox and I, Bella, your yellow team, walking onto the stage. Did you guys rehearse that walkout?
Kinda, maybe a few times.
Looked well planned, well synergized.
Nico, how are you feeling, mate?
You know, I'm feeling great. I'm excited to play with all these creators today.
Yeah. Give me some expectations. What are we looking to see out of Yellow Team in this event?
A lot of teamwork. We're working together in this.
Teamwork makes the dream work, okay?
Nico, I know you have a deep history, played a bunch of other games. Again, playing some still at brain rot now. Is that going to come off handy today?
I mean, I guess we'll see in my gameplay. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx it, you know?
I respect that. I respect that.
We're going to let our actions talk, not our
Let the actions talk. All right, well, we'll let those actions speak. You guys can go get set up for the competition now and take your seats. That's all of our competitors now walking out to the stage. And Bundan, I'm excited for it. I feel like each of these pairings has something unique that they're bringing, has such energy that they're bringing today.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, like, when have we done an event like this? How good are these YouTubers at these games? We have some confident players here. So
yeah, we do. But there's already going to be a big test. Let's talk about our first game that we're going to be playing today. That's none other than Rivals. This is a classic of competitive games, an arena-style FPS where our duos will face off in 2 versus 2s. It's a Swiss-style format if you're familiar with esports. If you're not, it's pretty simple. You win, you play other winners. You lose, you play other teams that lost their first match. And it all goes down to that. If you 2-0, you get 6 points, and then it goes down from there. But Rivals Bundan, this was the game I was the most excited to see here. It's just so competitive.
Yeah, this is the classic FPS game. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. If you don't know, this game is like a typical shooter, but it is a movement-heavy shooter. Will we see movement from the YouTubers? Will they be camping in a corner? Who knows?
How high is the skill ceiling, do you think, in this game? Because I do feel like it goes way up.
I think it's one of the games in Roblox that has probably the highest skill ceiling.
Okay.
As I said, movement's important. There's a lot of tech. Again, it just depends. I don't know how much stuff these guys know, so that's what we're going to see today.
Is there any teams that you expect to excel here in Rivals?
Well, I know Fulton has played a bunch of Rivals and
Yeah.
Bed Wars, so I think the Fulton Kalis, the red team, they're probably a fan favorite. I'm not sure about NU. He's not.
You're not confident in NU?
I am not confident about NU.
He has been practicing. We saw him going up there and trying it out. I think all the teams are taking it pretty seriously, especially for these more kind of high skill expression games like the Rivals.
Yeah, I mean, before we even started today, every team was here for what, like 2 hours?
Yeah, they were
Just
grinding.
grinding every game.
And it was the same yesterday when we were doing rehearsals. Everyone was up getting ready. I think the teams, they want to prove they're more than just YouTubers. They want to show that they're true competitors as well.
Yeah, is there something you specifically are looking forward to for Rivals?
I think what makes it interesting is if you watch the Hunt Mega Final, which is the last time we got to see kind of competitive Rivals, that was one-on-ones. This is 2v2. So
Yes.
I'm really interested to see how the team play comes into the mix, because I do think there's some different ways that you can play it, knowing that you do have that second person with you.
Yeah, I mean, you could have the troller roll, where someone runs around, they get the OP weapon, they fly in there, while the other one's at the back sniping. Shout out Roby 100
Yeah.
from the Mega Hunt.
Oh, I remember.
Maybe we have some Roby fans, 2 snipers. Maybe we have, 2 assault. I mean, there's just so many combinations, so many styles. You can mix in that movement. You can play passive.
Yeah, let's get ready for it, because we are going to be playing the competitive mode. If you don't play that at home, it means that there will be vetoes for both the maps and for the weapons. That means each team has an opportunity to ban away 2. So are you looking to see any strategy coming out in that ban phase?
I have no idea what these YouTubers are going to do.
Yeah?
I hope they ban the pay-to-win weapons, the stronger,
Sure.
more overpowered weapons. We will see. We're going to find out.
Yeah, if you were in the server, what are those weapons that you would be targeting and trying to get rid of?
I think the energy pistols are very strong.
Okay.
Have unlimited ammo. I'd also be looking at the minigun. The minigun is pretty overpowered. I'd also be thinking about the med kit in the utility. Healing in this is a big advantage. You can play more passive. You can play back and use that med kit.
I think that is one of the sleeper strengths, because in a 2-on-2, you actually have time to reset. Looks like we are about to get into our first game here. Red team on one side, Kalis and Fulton. This is one of those teams that you were very excited to see.
Yeah, and you can already see a bit of movement, a bit of sliding around already from the red team. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what the skill level is here. We have someone already on the yellow team with the med kit, Nico there.
I think that's a good strategy, taking height early for yellow team. They'll send Nico into push and try and find a new angle. There's a minute on the clock, and that can really start to play in the later we get into these rounds.
A headshot? I think you got a little headshot there.
Yeah, a bit of damage. Gets the reload off. Great damage onto one. There'll be time to reset off of that. A push comes in from Bella on the other side, but with them playing up on that high ground, it's hard for Yellow to follow up on this damage.
Yeah, like what I can see here, I feel like Red's playing more passive than I thought they would.
They're going to have to try and flip this one now. Yellow is low. You can see both these players down on 1 health. Bella just barely getting away with her life in this one, just trying to stay up. Both are so low. Fulton gets the elimination onto Nico, and they know that Bella's low. You hear that comp. In a 2-on-1, they just have to try and rush her.
Here we go, pressure on the first round of the day.
The timing on that med kit is still far away. She would have to try and really rat it out to get it back online, and, well, as the push comes through, can't quite close it out, so it's Red taking that first round.
Yeah, 1-0. I mean, it's already so interesting. I'm like just seeing how these YouTubers are playing, what their strategies are, what guns they're picking.
Chat, 1 in the chat for winning. 2's in the chat
Kalis
for
is
losing.
We'll see how the votes come in.
Yeah. Remember as well, if you guys are in the block, you guys can put predictions in and win yourself some items.
Red seem to have a strategy here of taking this upper room, trying to get damage from there before going in for their push.
You can see they're really doing the high ground strat. Both teams, actually.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it is strong on this map. It's very different than that normal kind of white box map that most teams play on.
Yes, exactly. There is some high spots there, but it's not as easy to get there. There's not like cover to get up. You're pretty much in the open, but here you have some time to just choose when to go up.
What are you talked that this is a movement game. It absolutely is. What are you looking at in particular in how our teams are using that?
Yeah, so for example, you can use some utility like grenades to boost you.
Sure.
Kind of, yeah, you can use grenades to up.
You saw people using the scythe as well with that dash.
Yeah. And like just constantly moving as well. You don't want to be just standing still. You want to always be moving in this game. You can see it like sliding as well.
Oh, that's good damage. Yellow, both down low on health.
No, you got this.
They're holding on the high ground here. They'll be able to kind of stabilize for a moment, but Nico still just trying to keep this fight up.
Is very
Nico still just trying to keep this fight up.
It's very interesting. Both teams as well seem to be close together. They're playing the like 2v2 in front rather than splitting apart.
Yep.
Yeah, Red, they're both on about half health, but on the other side, a lot lower for Bella. Same position for her to try and clutch up.
Bella,
Come on,
oh, there we go. That's
You're just
another
getting-
round
you're
for Red
overthinking it.
Team,
Come on.
2-0. Can they bring it back?
Is there anything you're looking to see yellow change after losing those first 2 rounds?
I'm not sure. I think maybe changing some weapons, changing strategies.
Sure.
Put some pressure on.
don't
Don't just sit back and play it slow.
Yeah,
Ride them.
I'd like to see them
Surprise zone.
contest for that middle room instead of letting it be conceded every time. That's a good start. A lot of
We got-
damage
that's
done
a-
by Nico, and I think you want to push off that.
Yeah, you want to pressure right now. You want to go together, target one person, get the kill. You got to finish it off.
With a
Don't let them
shorty.
heal.
Could be very big in this kind of close quarters engagement. There's one. Switches over, can't quite get the elimination. Heals, now a rewrap on the other side. It's a bit chaotic, but Nico, he's the one to open this up. Now, the clutch finally turns to the other side.
Yellow team need to work together here. They need to. They have the 2-on-1 advantage. You don't want to split up. You don't want to leave Bella by herself.
But they're already splitting up. Bella in a one-on-one, but last second there, taken down. Now a low health Nico has to close this out.
Classic 1v1. We've got Nico here, low on health.
You got this, you got this, you got this.
I think Fulton's a bit damaged too. This is going to be close.
It's a really tense moment.
I think from here what they're looking for is just to see, trying to surprise them pretty much. You know they're low. So if you can get a little surprise here,
Yeah.
you pretty much got the free kill.
Nico is relatively low on health, so too is Fulton, but Nico making a lot of noise. Fulton goes above for the push.
Look, a bit of movement there, Fulton.
There's someone close on high. Fulton, great tracking. Closes out the third for Red.
They're popping up together.
Brother. All right.
That was the one that Yellow should have had. That was a 2-on-1.
Yeah, they made a bit of a mistake. I hope other teams are watching this and learning.
Yeah.
See what's the best play.
Yep.
You
That
really
might
have to
be
group
splitting
up, play
around.
the trades when you're in an advantage like that. It's very easy to, space out and let it slip away. As soon as those fights get isolated, it's way easier to get those last 2 elims.
Yeah, Yellow just got damaged a bunch there. Red definitely has the advantage. A slingshot coming out.
All right.
Oh,
Yellow trades it back. Now into a one-on-one.
yeah.
It's again Red. Kalis comes up with both eliminations,
Yeah, those
and now they're on match point.
those energy pistols are strong. They're really
cook
crazy
it.
secondary. You know, they don't have any. You have to reload with them.
Yeah, and the fire rate is so high. So now
Yeah.
pressure well and truly on for Yellow, trying to get their first point still, and facing down the barrel of a loss in this opening round.
Yeah, it looks like Red also split up here. They went right side, left side, a classic.
Yeah, on the roof.
But I think that is more strong when you're still both healthy to have those crossfires and be able to team shoot.
Yeah, 100%.
I
I'm
came
sorry,
back.
where is Yellow right now? Oh, they're together in the back corner playing a more passive route.
Yeah, Nico has had some opportunities this game. I think he's got some good
Here
picks.
comes the medkit. With the medkit, you can hear it across the map. It's got a pretty big audio
Sure.
range.
So oftentimes a cue to try and push off that. Red was a little too far away to do it. Now they have the engagement. A bit stuck in here is
go.
Yellow.
Where's he?
They want to go forward.
Red wins as they win the round.
It's a big opportunity for them.
Can Yellow do the comeback, the reverse 5-0? It would be awesome.
But it's so hard to do. Already Bella low. Thankfully, she has the heal kit to get a little bit back.
Yeah, and that just then, I believe there's 2 options with the medkit. You can do a quick one or a long one. So
And she does the
chose
small
quick
one there.
Yeah.
Makes sense given the context. Now Nico, considering a push with this katana, reflecting.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, the katana there deflects the bullets. You can use it if they know where you are. It's a good way to just do
That's
it.
a great first pick, though. Bella and Nico work together. And now, it's the 2-on-1 that they couldn't win before against Kalis.
They need a 2v1 hit.
have no ammo.
Everyone's low right now. Every single person's low.
8 seconds, wait, run. If you
Oh,
stay alive for 5 seconds, you win.
Oh,
And
they're waiting.
they're absolutely right.
2.
They're waiting the clock. There we go.
Just at the last second.
Yeah, is this the comeback? Can we see
okay, it's okay,
game
it's okay.
1 of the Creator Showdown, a reverse 5-0?
It would be
hype.
so hype if they could do it.
Yeah.
I like the strategy there. They stayed together quite a lot,
Yeah.
had good team play.
They didn't panic when they came from different angles. They just took their time, got 1 kill at a time.
Nice shots from Nico. Opening strong again without taking much damage.
Seems to be that so far, every time the start of the round, it's like, okay, get a bit of damage out, rush. That seems to be the strategy kind of for both teams.
And a lot of that is because when you're playing with this AR, 20 bullets, it's rare you're going to be able to one-mag someone unless it's close range.
Yeah, and also interesting note that, in this game, time's quite short.
Yes.
The rounds are quite short.
90 seconds per.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's already
weak,
1
he's
minute
weak,
left.
he's weak.
They're both still alive. People are going to make some moves. They've gotten gifted
Careful of your
probably by a viewer. That's
Wait,
the
what?
classic YouTuber experience, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, he's one shot. He's like one shot.
Oh, they're trying to push around. They know Nico's low, trying to take an opportunity. One on high. The push below from Kalis. And this could be it. This could be the round unless Bella can clutch up.
Rusher.
And I'd love to see her perspective. See if she can close this out. Low on health. Tucks down below.
2v1.
But can't get the reload, and that's Team Red taking the first round of Rivals 5-1. They looked clean.
They look good. So just to clarify now, do we go to different teams now, or is it?
Yeah, so that was our first 0-0 match.
Yes.
We'll see our other two teams debut in their 0-0 match.
Yes.
And then the winner of that game will play against Red. The loser of that game will play against Yellow.
Yeah, was there anything in particular that you think is going to be, that you found interesting from watching that for the first YouTuber, first content creator match?
I think I was just impressed with the synergy from Team Red. I think they had very good ideas of when to play together and when to split up more and do a bit of a more of a kind of team shoot across the map.
I wonder who we have next. Is there a team that you're interested in particular to see?
I would be pretty interested to see the green team here, because Enyu was someone that you were talking about of like not quite knowing if he was going to be ready on the Rivals, but we saw him practicing, and you know he has experience. He watched the Hunt final as well.
Yes.
With that, so.
Now, I also believe he is the oldest competitor.
Really?
He is the unk in this situation. So maybe he has the experience hidden somewhere.
Yeah, maybe Unk will be able to pull it off here.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but we're going to get that second round set up. Should be into it in just a second. Would you want to see anything different with the bans from the first game to the second?
I think energy pistols.
Yeah.
I think they're so strong. Medkits too. Medkits, I think medkit is an instant pink if it goes through. So it should be an insta ban.
It really changes the game dynamic.
It changes the game. It changes what strategy you can do, and yeah.
Yeah, that it absolutely does. You see our next set of contestants setting up for this one. The next one that we'll be playing is going to be Cat and Steak against Cake and Enyu, I do believe.
Okay, so we do get to see a green team. And we get to see Steak. So I know, interesting thing about Cat, I think you did say it on stage, Cat's been practicing a lot.
Yeah.
We arrived here a couple of days early, and the first thing she said was, for the last 2 days, I've been grinding Roblox. I looked at every game that I had to play, and I've just been grinding and grinding. She really wants to perform well, and got a lot of pressure being with Steak.
And that's kind of what we were talking about in the interview, that energy from Cake Mix. She was really bringing it, and you know, if you're going to hype up Enyu, get him into the action, that seems like the way to do it.
I think... I hear some smack talk coming
Yeah, that was
out.
Steak, by the way, who typed in chat, go back to Dress to Impress.
Yeah, okay, they're going for the mental route here. Anyway, here we go. They're coming into game now. They're doing their bans. They're picking between Splash and Bridge. They have picked Bridge.
Yeah, I think that's a solid map. There's a lot of cover in the middle. There's a bit less verticality. We're going to be getting into the bans in a second, so you can hear them discussing a little bit.
Here we go. So they banned one of the new weapons. They banned Shotgun here. Let's keep looking. Okay, they banned miniguns. They kept the med kit. Again, they only focus on banning the main weapons, but I think it's actually better sometimes looking at secondaries, looking at the utility, and now you can see everyone's just going the AR with the med kit. And Shorty. And here we go, first round, orange team versus green, Steak and Cat. Let's see, we already see a push up here from Steak.
Yeah, they're playing very grouped to start this one. Steak, remember, he was talking a lithe trash across the stage to get started. He was the one who was so confident that the win was already assured. Now he has to prove it.
Yeah, and he's known as the silly guy, you know? But he's in an environment where he can't be too silly. He's got to lock in here. I don't think I've ever seen Steak be competitive in a video game.
Yeah, well, this is the moment where he has to be competitive. He has to stay locked in. Good damage. Now trying to get coverage. She can't get back in time and taken down by Enyu. That's a good start for Team Green. But now they have to close out against Kate.
They need a reset here. They have medkits up, I believe. They should med up. Look, and you went for the quick medkit here. But they need to work together. Just play together and rush him.
And now I want to see Steak. How is he playing this? How is he going to try and come back into the clutch? It's a 1-on-2 for him. Gets the medkit.
I think that was a long. You got the long one, the full medkit out there, that's huge.
But it's now basically a clean 1-on-1, and that's hard. Remember, 2 bullets in the shorty, 1 bullet in the AR. You have to be so precise if you're going to win this.
Yeah. And we have more viewer interaction. Viewer interaction. Anyway, here we go.
Oh, it's to take the first damage. Get the shorty out. Not in time.
Now, yeah, that's huge. They are 1-up. I think they're the underdogs. I would say they're the underdogs.
I would have to agree as well. Although I think it is interesting because there's, I feel like pretty much this whole lobby you don't think of as like rivals players for any of them, right? Like they're all known for something else. They're all like not super huge FPS players.
I don't think any of them, you know, Cake Mix is a dress to impress, plays blocks fruits, and steal a brain rot.
And by the way, the dress to impress player, she's frying. In this one, she's gotten both. I love the team play there, and you and her push in conjunction, and they are hyped.
I love Cake Mix. She's so hyped, dude. She's really getting into it. It looks Steak and Cat might be feeling the pressure of the Creator Showdown.
Yeah, it does seem that way a bit. Into the next round. Remember, it is first to 5 here. And you, good damage. Has to tuck, though, and can't get away in time. So now Cake Mix, she has to prove her mettle and win it out in a 1-on-2. But the damage, not quite enough. Steak gets his revenge with 2.
What I want to see here, I want to see Orange Team work better together.
Okay.
I feel like they're working very individual still.
How do you want to see them do that?
Just communicate. You can hear Green Team the whole time. They're complimenting each other. They're calling out. I feel like they're not connected. Just they feel like they're separate. They're peeking one at a time.
Well, maybe this is the round to prove it. You hear some comms from Steak. Good damage, but taken down by Cake.
He's kind of low. He's kind of low.
Work out, switching to the AR, but already low on health, having to try and get around these players, and it just doesn't work out.
We got this.
One thing about creators, they are an emotional bunch.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll either see them, do they crumble a lot, or do they get really excited, or do they get really competitive, you know?
Yeah, I think managing the emotions is going to be one of the big keys of today as a whole.
Here we go.
I hit him for 10. Good comms from Steak.
And you can tell this is Steak because the viewers are trying to annoy him. This is the classic Steak experience, guys.
Ooh, the shorty around the corner. This could be huge. Very close range, trying to find that shot. There's one for Steak. Damage onto the second.
They need to work together. They need to work together here. They are communicating well. Huge.
Nice.
Okay, they're bringing you back. Yellow team, 2-3.
Yeah, nice from Katrina.
I can't click it because it's...
Yeah, Cat is locked in, dude.
Yeah, look at her face. I mean, she's barely speaking. She's just staring down the computer screen.
Good damage. Good comms there from Steak.
Yeah, just has to cover her for a moment. She gets the short heal off.
I am. Why is he not healing?
Oh no, she doesn't understand how to use the make it, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is what you're saying, right, with the difference between the long and the short heal.
Yes, and also the difference between the YouTubers who play competitive games and the YouTubers who don't.
Can you explain what the flare gun does? Is it just like a smoke?
Yeah, it's like a classic, like a Molotov item. It just
like AOE.
AOE area. If you do touch it, it does damage over time as well.
So just blocking off one lane and then playing defensive while you funnel them into the other.
Yeah, see, they're forced now to go to that side, so they've blocked off one of the sides.
They still have to follow up Cake. Good tracking onto them, but it's now Steak under pressure. He's lost his teammate, has to fall back and re-rotate to the other side. Does have this med kit, I believe, off cooldown.
Yeah, and he has to not get distracted by the viewers. It's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie.
They're really trying to send them at him. Oh,
yeah.
What a happy moment. That's one. Steak now in the one-on-one.
Classic one. Steak's low though, so it's literally about. Oh, he's got the med kit still. Going for a long heal here.
That is bold. That is a risk. Enyu needed to push this. Can't do it in time.
Gets the peak.
Damage, and Enyu finishes it off. Steak couldn't quite get around the corner, and now it's match point.
It is match point. If
switches on. The shorty against him. Trying to dive away, trying to get some movement. It was nice. It was not quite enough.
It was smart there for Steak just to sit back and just wait, because when everyone's moving around, sometimes you're panicking. But I think in the 2-on-1, you can have one person just chill, other person just keep moving.
Just be patient, wait for your moment, and be rewarded.
Here we go. Still, match point still.
Yeah, they would have to tie it up by winning this round.
Yeah, got some damage. Steak is getting a lot of gifts right now.
He really is.
That's definitely annoying him.
Yeah,
but he's doing a good job. He's not tilting.
He's not reacting. He's not tilting.
No,
he's like, oh, the holidays came early for me. All good. Every time we go to his perspective, it's just gift. But the push is good from Steak. That's one. Trying to tie this game up. The shorty shots miss though.
Needs to lock in.
Can she do it? One-on-one.
He's low. This is big pressure. She has the flare guns to help protect her.
Yeah, that'll get her a retreat.
Will she do the long heal?
She has time. You hear Steak from behind the scenes trying to help her out, trying to coach her into this win.
Don't forget, yeah, 35 seconds on the clock. One-on-one pre-shots from Cat.
But it's NU instead on the other side, and that is game. 5-3. Team Green take the win.
And then looking across the room, where Orange seems directly opposite them. I mean, they did talk some smack beforehand.
And they earned that. You heard her yell across the stage, that's for Dress to Impress.
That's my Anka and you, dude.
Look at him go, holding up the W as well. I love that. I feel like he has a little bit of a competitive heart left. If you talk to him, his one big thing is that he just loves LeBron James. He came here early to watch a Laker game for it.
Yes.
It was the worst game that LeBron had in years in that game, so
he did not.
Rough for him.
I was here early with him, and he did not stop talking about LeBron for a good 24 hours. He spent 24 hours talking about LeBron.
But now he's here in a competition. He's trying to be the LeBron of Roblox, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do you think he can do that?
No. I'm gonna just be straight up.
Very, very harsh, but I think also very fair.
You never know. I mean, they won. They're in the winner's side. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about the bracket now and how that pans out. So Team Green, they won their opening match, as did Team Red. So they'll be playing in what is the upper round now. The lower round, that 0-1, that is going to be yellow versus orange. And that one, essentially, you lose that match, you're done with rivals. 0-2, you get 0 points. But if you can win this 1-0 match, then you're assuring that 6 points, finishing 2-0.
Yeah, okay, so they have a winner side and a loser side. And if from the winner,
the winner of the loser and the loser of the winner play in the middle match.
Yes, they are gaming.
They are gaming.
Okay. Oh no. You know what it's? No, I'm not even gonna talk about 6-7.
Don't talk about it.
All I'm gonna say.
I know what it is, and I know it's nothing.
Chat, guys. If you're gonna do 6-7, please do it once, man.
Do it once. Get it out of your system
Get it out now. Get it now. If you're in the block, get out your 6-7s. If you're in stream chat, get them out. Please don't do it the whole time. They're doing it the whole time now. It's over.
Yeah, you might have cursed it going the other way.
My bad. My bad production.
Yeah, so they had that moment to sit back and watch. Is there anything that you picked up on from Team Red's play? Because I would say they're probably the favorite going into this upper round. Is there anything you would have seen them want to look at as, well, actually, it looks like we might be hopping into the lower round first. So let's talk about this instead. What are the learnings from that initial match here?
Just work together. I feel like Steak and Cat started working together really well towards the end, and they was bringing it back.
Well, Nico got the mechanics. That movement is just excellent to get both. And maybe you don't need team play if you just destroy them.
What you just saw there, I know Nico has some history of competitive shooters.
Really?
Yes. I don't think he's played that much Rivals, but
I love this movement from him. Look at the way he's playing around the bounce, around the edge. He spotted them out.
He is sweating, as we like to call it.
Ooh, great tracking to do the first one.
Look at this rush with the slingshot, with the
knife. Oh, trying to get a connection. Connection, just moving every which way. The Steak on the shotgun. Gets it off. Now a one-on-one. The energy pistol in the hands over top. Bella trying to find the connection, and she does. One help left for Bella to push this 2-0.
I hear Steak moaning and groaning. And it's probably the furthest away from us.
I love what the team has just proved, though. Nico gets both kills the first time, he dies this time not. Bella's got his back. They are a team.
Looks like Bella and Nico are doing a bit more of the rush play. And I feel like Steak and Cat are just sitting back, just kind of deer in the headlights.
Dude, he has this sight, then he's like teleporting.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it from Steak there. He's struggling. It takes a lot of mechanics to track in this game when that sight is in play, and it's tough. Look at how he has to aim the shorty, not quite enough. Reload getting off just in time, but not really an opportunity to use that heal, and the spam is there from Nico. It's 3-0.
Yeah, they are getting washed. They are getting owned.
Did they just say it's a sniper map?
Dang it.
Yeah, well, I believe it is. Did Sniper get banned? Sorry, I missed.
I believe it did, yeah.
This is a nice sniper because when you start, you can just go up the ramp and snipe off.
Yeah, I think it's a good map for running like sniper and like either like shorty or revolver, so you have like something to push with as well.
Interesting so far. everyone's main gun has pretty much been an assault rifle.
It's just so good, so consistent, and well, that secondary has impact as well. That's a scythe kill, by the way. That elimination from Nico comes off, and this is now 4-0.
Yeah, and you know what happens after this? Obviously, we have more games after this.
Yeah.
I believe we have Tower of Hell next.
Yeah, we do.
Correct. And so, you know, when you do get 5-0'd like this, and I'm saying a little bit early, you gotta make sure you're not like too emotional about it, and
Sure.
you work together as a team and
But
like,
at least
each
if
other
you get
up.
eliminated early, you have time. Now, this is where the pressure is on. Let's see if we can watch that last player left up, trying to clutch up against Nico, who, honestly, his movement's just too good.
Yeah.
That was a statement win from our yellow team.
Yeah, I feel like they got warmed up in the first one. I even hear Bella right now saying she was a bit nervous. That's a hard person to verse in that lower bracket.
8-1 for Nico that game.
Yeah.
He was on a tear. That is so many elims.
Never the support 2-0 play. That's good. Bella didn't die once that whole time.
Yeah, and she got 8 assists on those eliminations, plus 2 of her own, including closing out in, I think, 2 clutches after Nico himself was eliminated.
And we do know, you know, damage is so important in Rivals. So
It is.
if you don't die and you can be the one to do the damage, that helps so much.
You really get impact, even if
Yes.
you're not the one doing that final blow. So they're going to be sitting at 1-1.
Yes.
They're going to be waiting for the loser of our upcoming match, which should be that upper round. Let's
Yes.
talk about that a little bit
Yes,
now
we
and
got-
circle back.
Yeah, red team
Correct?
versus green team.
Yes.
Now this is
Yes.
interesting because I would probably say the red team is the favorite, green team the underdog, and now they're up against each other on the upper side.
What impressed you in Green Team's first game?
They were just hype.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna be honest. I could just see
I mean,
that
the energy Cake was bringing, she was
synergy
popping off, yeah.
Synergy. They're having a good time, you know, and they're working together. I think that's the
And
biggest thing.
sometimes in competition, it is that simple of just having a good time, like having
Yeah.
fun, not letting it stress you out at all. Really, in some moments, has as much impact as just playing well, right?
I mean,
like, it is a mental game.
If we go back to yellow team, they're kind of saying after how they were a bit nervous game one, you know? So it's like having that confidence going in is just so helpful.
Yeah, it certainly is. Let's talk about the block a little bit because,
Yes.
of course, there's a lot of you watching at home, not just on your screens, but inside of Roblox. What a cool opportunity that is. If you're not already in the block, as a reminder, that is our in Roblox activation where you can go and join in, watch alongside other players within
Yeah.
Roblox here.
So-
What a cool activation
Yeah,
it is.
we can see some people right now. I know there's going to be a little bit of delay because it's a stream, but if ever, I want to see for the server we're watching, can you guys spam skull emojis? I know there's a react option. I can see if you're in chat, put some skull emojis.
It'll take him probably 10
Let's see,
seconds to get
please,
through the delay.
please.
I'm hoping we see it.
Skull emojis, guys. Skulls.
Will they be influenced? Will they hear?
Where are we going over with the camera? Oh, as you can see, these are the items. If you do join the block, again, go to the Roblox homepage. There are 3 items to win. I know those antlers are pretty hype. Dude, they're pretty cool items.
Yeah, I like the antlers especially, but those will be hard to get. You need 6 predictions correct. If you're in the block right now, at the beginning of every game, you should have an opportunity to pred the winner. If you get your predictions right, you can earn these rewards.
And they may never come back. This might be a one-time situation. This is the first creator showdown, so.
Yeah, it is a super sick opportunity for people to get in there. I think just in the server we were looking at, that one's packed out. I know there's a ton of other people watching there as well. Let's turn our attention back to this match that is coming up. We're getting into the bands now for that one. And where do they want to go? They played Station last time.
They're going to go again.
Okay, banding station.
They're bandit, so they're going construction. Construction is one of my favorite.
I really love this map. I think it has a nice balance of verticality while having less positions to camp, which I think is good.
That's a really nice way to say that.
Yeah.
You killed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. It reminds me, I don't know, it's just also the close quarters. It's kind of hard to camp. There's also a really cool crane to the side.
Yeah.
If you do know how to use the grenade jumps, you can do some funny things.
It's interesting. They actually choose to ban 2 of the melee items
Yeah,
out in that
interesting.
one.
So we got still, no one's
This is
banning
not my
medkit. What are these
best
guys thinking?
I have a lot of experience.
I wonder if it's almost like a shakes hands moment where they know that it's just so good that like both teams want the chance to use it.
Maybe they don't know they can ban other weapons, like not their main weapon.
I got a headshot on
Here
him.
we go. So
I'm watching our back.
yeah, you do spawn at the start of construction. You do spawn in these kind of like 2 little cubby houses.
Yeah.
I would say, and pretty much is the classic strat. Do you stay in the cubby house, or do you go into the other cubby house?
One of the drawbacks of running medkit is that you don't have any utility, let's say like a frag grenade, something like that, to push them out.
Yeah, or to use it for movement.
Yeah.
'Cause you can use that to launch yourself over. You can get straight to the other cubby house.
That's some really good damage from Fulton, though. The question is, do they engage off that? Do they want to push? For the moment, answer is no.
I think because of the medikits, both teams having it, they're playing that, okay, let's just get some damage out, let's heal.
And it almost just becomes a kind of battle of attrition. How much damage can you do? Can you bait out the cooldown on their medkit?
Yeah, but I mean, it's only going to be like 30 seconds left here. They get a pick on Cake Mix, and now they're going to push together. Here
this is a time to push.
2v1.
NU has to clutch up under a lot of pressure and taken down instantly.
And we have Fulton here. Come on, putting the volume up. Brother's locked in.
This is easy, bro.
The implication that he wasn't playing with any volume before is funny.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, early damage as well. I want to see green team do a bit of different strats.
Yeah.
Here.
I like the way they're playing this, though. It's just kind of jumping and just spamming off of that one. I honestly feel like if you're a green team, you have to be the ones to take a risk. If you're playing this range battle, I almost always am going to favor red team.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what we're seeing right now. I hope that if they do lose this round, they change the strategy a bit. It's so fun. Rivals just like getting up in their face.
Yeah, they try and push, but already too low on health. And here's another one from Cake Mix taken down. I think they need to get out of the spawn room early.
Yeah, get out. Just run out. And the funny thing, and he does a bit of pressure. The developer, the owner of this game, did message him personally. So we will see. We'll see. It looks like they're still doing the camping strat.
Will he do them proud is the question.
Yeah. Well,
that's a lot better damage. Yeah. She's hitting shots. I think you might want to try and follow up off this because she is very open right now. She's knocked down to half health as well.
Confident, just not hiding, just peeking.
Oh, needs to get the heal off. But here comes the push. Fulton is sending it, sliding his way on forward, trying to get around this corner. There's the engagement. Fulton for one. Fulton on one mag gets them both. That was lovely.
Yeah, that was good. That was actually good. Good movement. It was a good decision too there. Like, okay, they're reloading, they're low, they're scared. Get in their face.
Yeah, and now it's 3-0.
Yeah. Let's see, do they change it up? Oh, Fulton changing position, going the lower ground here. And you're pushing now, I think.
Yeah, and you're trying to make the play here, already into the low ground, but the tracking is just too good. Fulton has gotten 3 eliminations in a row. He's going for the 4th, up above, onto the side. Now trying to convert, and from range, Fulton is just ripping them apart.
They are really happy that. But I think, honestly, even looking at Green Team, they're not actually too upset. They're just having a good time.
So as a reminder, the winner of this match earns 6 points. The first 6 points up for grabs. Fulton is trying to flex on him. Putting on the sunglasses.
Yeah, we call this in the business, he's aura farming right now.
Is that the technical term?
This will probably become a YouTube short TikTok. That's what's happening right now. But we'll see. Is he going to be too confident? Is he going to sell the aura farm?
That's the question. If you're going to aura farm, you have to win with it as well. You can't let the round slip away.
Yeah.
Oh, and you switched to sniper.
Here we go. This is a cursed weapon in these competitions.
I have memories of it. Did not go so well for the last person who tried it in a competition like this. And with NU low, the question is, when does that push come to fruition?
Here we go. And you're going for jump shots here. Very Roby 100, like you can tell because he was the commentator for the Mega Hunt. So
he was watching, but here's that push. Fulton with the glasses on gets to. That's a 5-0 victory for Red. They earn the first 6 points of this competition in dominant fashion.
The aura farmers aura farming, man.
Fulton was 8-0.
Yeah, I mean, dessert. They crushed it. Yeah, Fulton 8-0. Again, even Kayla's though 2-0-7. You know, a lot of getting 7 assists, doing the damage and not dying. They didn't get a single kill.
No,
Green team.
No, they did not. That was wild game, proving that there is no one close to them right now in Rivals.
So where do we go to now?
So now we're going to do the 1-1 game, which will be Green team facing off against Nico and Bella in Yellow team.
Okay, well, I'm excited. Is there something specific that you're looking forward to see here?
Honestly, it's just how well Nico does, because he was so good in that last match that we watched of them play in the 0-1 series. I loved how aggressive he was. I think in our first couple rounds, a lot of players were quite passive, just kind of sitting back, waiting for damage before engaging. But he has really great movement. I would say probably the best movement of anyone we've seen here. And I think just abusing that. And
I guess as well, it depends on the map. Map's going to be really important.
For sure.
If you know you have a good movement player, you want to pick a map where the movement, you can use that to advantage. I think construction was a good example there. You can like, okay, you have the option to, you can go the lower ground, upper ground, slide around, get in their face from different angles. If your movement's good, it's going to crush.
The Beach Bouncy House one as well, which its name is eluding me.
Oh, the Beach Bouncy House.
Beach Bouncy House, it's a great name. That'll work. We're getting them set up right now. You see Team Yellow already getting into things. They have got to be feeling confident and good. Nico didn't even get eliminated once in his game as well, matching Team Red.
Not only like they can be confident from their performance, you could see they verbally was hyping each other up after.
Yeah.
We got this now, we're warm, you know? So we'll see.
Yeah, as a reminder for the points distribution, we did see our first victor get 6 points. That was Red Team. So now the winner of this 2-1 match, they'll earn 4. The loser of this match will only get 2 points. So it really is a pretty significant difference, especially as we consider, right, when we're looking, their games where it's pretty tough to garner points. I think in-game is a great example.
Yes.
Only one team gets 5 points there.
Yeah, so with in-game, yeah, it's like one winner.
Yeah.
Don't worry about teams. There's one person who will win in games.
And when it is a cumulative point tally of just you get points throughout.
Some variety.
Yeah, because there were those players who were like, this is the classic, this is my thing, I'm an obbier. And then there were players who were just like, oh, in rehearsals, this is my first time playing Tower of Hell.
Yeah. Well, what other game? What do we have after Tower of Hell?
That's going to be our little sporting events,
Blue
some
Lock
anime
Rivals,
sports and Blue Lock Rivals, excuse me. You can see the head-to-head. This will be our last round we're playing here in just normal Rivals. The bans are underway.
Yep.
And I feel like with how many weapons there are in the game, bans haven't been like hugely important thus far.
Are they leaving medkit? What? No one wants to ban the medkit?
Interesting that they're banning flare gun. Obviously, that is something that was being used a lot by Green Team, but I don't.
I know the RPG is a really strong weapon.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2-tap to the head.
Oh wow.
So it's very powerful, and it's got AOE splash too. Was it a 1-tap to the head? I can't remember.
Okay.
What map is this one? I believe this is the pretty big map, right?
Yeah, Crossroads is an iconic Roblox area.
Yes.
And so this is inspired by that. And here we go.
I find that this map plays quite differently because it is so large, right? There's a lot of towers you can climb up. You see NU taking here. There's also a lot of areas you can tuck down and reset. And the sniper headshot, that was Nico. Just decimating NU, and a second from Nico. Okay.
In competitive Roblox history, Nico might be the best sniper.
Yeah, I want to stay on his POV this round and see what their filth he can do.
Here we go. Can't believe a YouTuber's better than someone.
Oh, that's good damage.
Right now.
Oh, not quite hitting that shot. I think if you're playing against this now, you just want to go inside and camp inside. Force him to push you.
And what I will say is, gets the tag.
Oh, maybe it's a bad thing if he's going to push you. Resets, trying to get a flank route with the sniper now underground.
Sniper and energy pistols is a great.
But look at this flank. It's so good from Nico. That's one. A second. Nico is outstanding with the sniper.
You can pop off, King. You can pop off, King. Deserved.
He'll oblige you.
Yeah.
Oh, my. That is brutal to play against. He has gotten all 4 eliminations thus far, and he's hunting for another head. Nico, who's going to stop this man?
Does NU have the sniper back? Let's see.
In close, Nico, sight in hand, and he's got another.
Okay.
This is outrageous what we're seeing.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Dude, I would have loved to see. I want to see Red versus this team. I don't think we will, right?
No, we won't. This is the end of Rivals, but of course, if we make it all the way, there's another FPS game possible.
Yes, exactly. We do have Frontlines. I believe there's a wild card at the end where you guys can pick what game you want to see between Rivals and Volleyball Legends. So you guys can think that through while watching. But we'll talk about that towards in-game.
Hey, with how hyped this is, I think it's a pretty good sell for Frontline. We'll talk about that more later. Let's talk about the task at hand.
See, when the counter to the sniper is the katana.
To try and reflect it, yeah.
Exactly.
But you don't always have the reflect online, and somehow Nico, always ready, always astute with the shot with the reflection.
Here's the counter.
That's incredible. And out to one-on-one, a push in, NU trying to connect, but Bella, she's got his back.
And that's why it's good to have another player just got your back. You know, Bella's secret queen here. Just off the back.
I do love that adaptation though, trying to bring the reflection into play. And
that counterplay, right?
I just want to get my eyes on the man of the match
that's a
because
huge
Nico,
pick.
he is just hitting. You can't peek him. You can't stop him.
Yeah, here we go. NU 1v2. All the marbles on NU. Can he clutch it?
That is nasty. 5-0. Nico. It's all but one elimination.
How many kills did bro get?
9.
Wow.
And 8 out of 9 were headshots with the sniper.
Wow.
That is a masterclass, quite frankly, from Nico.
9-1. Wow. That might be the performance of the day.
After watching their first game, I did not think that he would be that sick with it.
Yeah, he was crazy with it.
That is
He was really
wild.
nasty with it. So where are we moving on to now?
Yeah, that is the question, right? That's the end of Rivals, but we'll have some time to kind of recap and get you guys updated on the scores and all of that in just a moment. Let's think about this holistically. What do you walk away from? Who are you impressed with after our whole session of Rivals?
Honestly, I hate to be the guy to say everybody, but I thought everybody did a pretty good job.
Give me a standout, though.
Standout, obviously Nico.
For sure.
Big standout. I think Red Team kind of, they're known as the favorites.
They lived up to the promise, right?
Exactly.
Like they said they were going to be synergized. They said they were going to work together perfectly, and they really deliver on that.
And then I guess Green Team, we said before, bit of the underdogs. Dude, they did great.
Yeah.
Was it 2-1?
It was, indeed.
won 2.
So Green Team will get 4 points, Red Team will get 6 points. We'll give you guys a graphic on that in just a moment here.
Yeah.
But to talk a little bit more about that, let's think about learnings. If we get to the end, we see some of these teams.
Yeah.
There's a chance that there's another very similar FPS game on the cards, which that makes me very excited because of how good our competitors looked here in Rivals.
Yeah, and I wonder if they use the same, because it is another FPS game, it's a 2v2, first to 5, very similar format. Do they learn from what the other teams did and then do some counter,
It's a great question.
It's still a different game, though. It's still a different game.
Yeah.
And that's only if you guys pick Frontlines.
Yeah, and they might just pick volleyball, change it up, change the vibe. Here's your points tally. 6 for Team Red. Yellow team coming out with 4, green with 2, and unfortunately, Orange taking up the rear for now, having to bounce back through the rest of today to make up for their deficit.
Yeah, and just a reminder, remember they're playing for, there's a total prize pool, $50,000, and if you win, it's 25, correct? $25,000 if you win, so.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
What would you do if you won?
You know what, I bet you half these guys are just paying the editors with it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
Make the content that you're earning at this event into something with it.
Give it to a fan, pretty cool. You
Could
guys
be
can
sick.
pressure them.
Could be sick. Let's talk about the play of the game, because you folks at home will have a huge opportunity to garner 1 additional point to one of these teams. If you're in the official Roblox Twitch or YouTube chat, you'll have an opportunity to do that and should see your options for the poll coming up soon. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Any standouts for play of the game?
Well,
for
here,
you?
I think we're watching it right now. I like the double headshot. Let's see what play of games we have options here.
So this was that air shot from Fulton to close things out. The pop off to follow up. That's option 1 from Red.
Option 1. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure. I want to see kind of what options.
Get a holistic thing.
and then
We'll run through them.
Run through them, yeah.
Viewers at home, make sure you're paying attention as we show these clips and remember what stands out to you.
And reminder, this does give them a point. Okay, that's valuable here. That could be a make or break thing. That could be your favorite creator, getting through and winning some money and then giving it to you guys. Maybe, I don't know.
It is a huge task. Spoilers. I think I might know what the play of the game for Green Team would be. Just any of those double headshot rounds.
Something from that.
You just play a highlight roll of literally everything that happened. But here's
steak.
someone from Green Team actually a little earlier on as well. As you get to see.
I think is this an orange play of the game?
Oh, I believe so. Yeah. So that is going to be no, actually, NU closing out there. So that is the green one, and I was misspeaking when I was saying green there. I meant yellow, of course, for Nico and the gang.
Yes, correct.
Which is what we were talking about. But that is Green Team, of course. That is NU and Cake Mix, who you can vote for that play of the game. That was a pretty good one, closing out there. What was you were kind of doubtful of NU coming into today. What were your impressions?
No, you put me on the spot to troll. You know what? Let's talk about the play of the game here. We have yellow.
You've gotten out of it again. I love this play not just because of the mechanics, but the map knowledge it showed. He was fighting them from the front angle and then disengage, fully flanks around with the side to then get the 2-piece from the rear.
Up to you guys. Do you give points for popping off?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, those are your 3 options. So you can vote for red, green, or yellow for the play of the game. What would you be voting for if you were in the chat right now?
I'd probably give it to NU because he's my boy. But I think the best play was definitely
Bias cast roster.
I am biased. I'm not afraid. This is This is a greater event.
It's true. It's true. I think I would be voting for yellow. Nico was just so outstanding. It showed great game sense as well as mechanics, but we're not the judge. You guys are the judge, and well, watching from home, it's not just voting in the chat, but predicting in the block. We've brought this up a couple times today as well, but let's check back in with some of the people who are watching us within Roblox right now.
I'm curious if you guys could tell me from production, how many people do we have right now in the block? I would love to know. But yeah, I mean, some people might have just, if you predicted 3 correctly just then, I believe you have all 3 UGC?
So you actually need 6 correct predictions throughout the day. So that'll get you the big prize, the
big
antlers,
I believe.
Correct.
Yes.
But the 3-point prize, that middle prize, the hammer, if you predicted all 3 correctly, you'll have that.
Yeah, I want to see, I really want to get them to do something that I say. If you guys hear this, /E dance, everyone. Or some kind of emote. I just want to see every single person emoting. If you're not on the screen, do it anyway, because it'll be funny with the homies. Let's see. Who's standing men at the...
What is that? That's a creative one.
That's a creative one. That's a viewer clip farm.
Yeah, if you're not already in the block, you could see some of the little sections there, right, where you can actually, once you vote, you can go to a fan area for the respective teams. There's a lot of way to kind of show your fandom for our competitors.
Yeah, and it's also just a really cool way to watch the stream. I don't know many games where you can like go in game.
No, it's very rare.
With the lads. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, just a chance to go hang out with some friends, to be typing in the chat to each other and communicating. Well, you kind of have a little watch party within Roblox, which is really so fun. So if you're not already in the block, it's very easy to join. Just go to the Roblox homepage, search for the block. That should be an easy thing to get on. But the question in all of your minds, I know, is who won the play of the game. The votes are in, and you viewers at home decided on Red Team. Congratulations to them. Not only will they garner 6 points from their victory, but an additional 1 point from the play of the game. There it is, Red Team taking home your play of the game.
It's the winners of the round.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And really, it was an impressive play. And what stands out to me about Red Team was not just the one play they had, but how consistent they were throughout. And I want you to go over there and get ready to talk to these guys, because we got to hear about it. I'll keep yapping while he gets set up. But really, Red Team is so impressive throughout today. It was clear that they came in with a plan, and they executed on it so incredibly well here. They did. They can hear you guys, and there they are. Let's go over there. Bundan, let's get a word from them.
Yo, dude, how was it? You guys popped off. How you guys feeling coming first? How do you guys feel?
Really good. Honestly, Nico, Bella, they're very good, but we 5-1'd them, so feeling pretty good. Yeah, that was crazy.
Okay, talk some smack. Also, so Fulton, bit of aura farming with the glasses. How are you feeling, dude?
We're feeling good, honestly. After that game, we got more confidence that we're going to come out with the W. So, guys, spam W's in the chat right now. Team Red on top. Let's go.
All right, awesome. Well, that's exciting. Let's go back to Mimi.
Yeah, thanks so much, Bundan. It was cool to get to hear from those players who really did show up and play well. But let's talk a little bit about what's to come, because our next task for these players is going to be very different. We started with an FPS game showing your mechanical skill, your coordination. Now this is a solo endeavor, and a game I know you're super excited for, Tower of Hell.
In my wheelhouse.
So talk
in Tower of Hell, sometimes I forget.
It's different every time, so you can't just prepare.
It's different every time, and the main way it works is a race to the top. The highest position, when the 10 minutes expire, that's how we order it. So, for example...
And that's important to know, right? Because it's not you get one step below the top and then you fall, and at the end of the timer, you're in the first floor. It doesn't count that you're in the 9th floor.
Yes.
It counts that you're in the first. So it's a real risk-reward if you want to push higher. But there is always a reward of pushing, right? Because if you're the first to finish, you just win out.
The 2 routes to win. Either get to the top first, or play the timer and just kind of camp at the highest point you can and hope you don't fall. And yeah, we're playing 2 teams. I believe there's 2 games of Tower of Hell.
Correct. So we'll be splitting up our team. So every team will have a player in both rounds, but they're split. So you don't actually play with your teammate. This is all about solo performance.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see. I will say I coached a few people before.
Really?
Yeah, I did a bit of obby coaching.
What kind of tips were you giving out?
Camera position. So hopefully we can see some first-person perspective, but yeah, placing your camera in the right spot. Ideally, in obbies, you want to be looking top-down. The other cool thing about obbies that I will say is that it's got crazy Roblox history. This is kind of like the Roblox game from like 10, 15 years ago.
Okay, you got it.
So yeah, are we in game?
We are in game. So you can see that this first lobby is going to be, it looks like Nico, Kat, Enyu, and Kalis.
Yes.
Great
and
job.
what I do know is that Kat Steak, by the way, probably the best Tower of Hell player here.
And you can hear him in the background right now. That's him, Steak, talking to her, trying to coach a little bit.
Yes.
They will still be able to talk to their teammates, even though their teammates aren't in the lobby.
Yeah, I did race Steak in a Tower of Hell, and he did beat me, and it made me very sad.
What do you think makes him so good?